What's going on, guys? Caveman coming at you with a rock stun deck profile. That's what I've been playing recently. It's been testing pretty well, and just figured I'd show you guys what's up. I won't go into the extra deck or side deck. I'm just going to go through the main deck because the rest should be pretty easy to figure out. So first we have 3 Koaki Meiru Guardian. You can tribute him to negate monster effects when they activate, and then during the end phase you either have to reveal a rock type from your hand or send a iron core from your hand to the graveyard. You don't play any iron cores, so you're just banking on revealing the rock type. So you play 3 of these. Then you play 3 Sandmans. He does the same thing, except he's for traps. Same maintenance cost, everything like that, but he's for traps, so you play 3 of him because it's a trap heavy format. Then Wall, he's the same thing for spells. We only play 2 of him because the deck is based around field control, and spells outside of a couple of power cards that you might want to hit with that, they don't really threaten you directly. So that's why you only play 2 of these. But you do play 2. They're all 1900, and it's an extra control card. Then you play 2 Fossil Dynas. They are rock. Like I said, it's a control deck. It stops special summoning, and that on its own is pretty good. So you play 2 of these. You play Block Golem. I think you play 2. Yeah, you play 2 Block Golems. And its effect is, if all monsters in your grave are Earth, you can tribute it to target 2 level 3 or lower rocks from your grave and special summon them. So it lets you get back Fossil or the Koaki Meiru or some of your other monsters. So he's basically your rescue rabbit of the deck, pretty much. So you play 2 of him. You play Mole because he's one of the best floaters to play if you can. He's a 1 card out to a lot of Exceeds, and he's rock, so it really helps out there. You play 1 Jiu-Jitsu Master. Again, it's synergetic with the deck. It's rock. It helps control its spin stuff. And the deck also plays Skill Drain, so this, along with the Koaki Meirus, they go off with Skill Drain face up. Well, you'd have to kill this in battle, but yeah. Anyway, then you play 2 Revival Golems. This lets you spam a little bit. It's a terrible draw, but you play cards to send it from your deck to the grave, so it's special it out for a 2100 defense wall, and you can spam rank 4s. And even if you do draw it, it's going to pretty much always be your rock that you're revealing, which isn't a bad thing because you're not revealing different stuff, giving your opponent knowledge. They're going to be like, oh, he has a Revival Golem in his hand, what-do-you-do? You know? So you play 2 of him. You also play Tackle Crusader. He's the effect of, when he's sent to the grave, you can activate 1 of his effects, and one of it, basically, he becomes a Book of Moon, and the other one, he returns a face-up spell or trap to the hand. So he's pretty good. Again, it's good for being sent from the deck to the grave, but it also works whenever. This one's different. This one's only from the deck to the grave. This one's whenever it's sent to the grave. So even when this is like a XYZ material and you detach, you can still activate 1 of his effects, which is pretty good. And again, he's rock, so he's synergetic. I have 1 proxy in here. It's a 3rd Diamond Core. So we play 3 Diamond Cores. It's your reinforcement of the deck. That gives you any Koaki Meiru to your hand. Any card, so if you were playing Iron Core, you could even search that, which is kind of a cool feature. But its other effect is you can banish it from your grave to prevent Koaki Meiru from being destroyed from the turn. So even if you don't have another rock in your hand to reveal with a Koaki Meiru, if you had banished that this turn, it still won't die. So that's good to keep it around. So you play 3 for, obviously, for consistency reasons. It's a slower paced grind control deck. It does spam a little with Revival Golems, but not that much. So you can get away with playing a full play set of Pot of Duality just to add consistency. You play Catapult Zone. It's a field card. Its effect is, once per turn, if a monster you control would be destroyed by battle, you can send a rock-type monster from your deck to the grave instead. So that's going to help, A, protect your field, and B, help you get Revival Golem to the grave to special summon out. So it's just kind of a deterrent for your opponent to attack, and if they do, you're still going to be able to get your Revival Golem. And you can also use this offensively. You play 2 Mystical Space Typhoon, just for generic 1-for-1 removal. You play Book of Moon just for its interrupting capabilities for opponents' plays. You play 1 Soul Charge because being able to Soul Charge into 2 or 3 Koaki Meiru is pretty good, because then you just set up all your control again. So that's pretty good. But you don't want to play more than 1 in this build, because your block golems essentially do the same thing, and it's free and it's rock, and I think I like block golem better because you can still do your battle phase and all that. But this is a good card because late game, as you can see, we play skill drain. You can always soul charge back into some crazy stuff like Crazy Box or something like that, and have a 3,000 beater in the field, which is pretty good. So then we play 2 skill drain because it shuts down a lot of the game right now, like a lot of the game, and it doesn't stop your Koaki Meiru from activating. The only thing it really conflicts with is Fossil Dyna, but if you don't have Skill Drain, you want Fossil Dyna. If you don't have Fossil Dyna, you want Skill Drain. If you happen to get them both, then you're using Fossil Dyna as a rank 4 material, or to reveal with your Koaki Meirus, which is another thing. If you have Skill Drain face up and the Koaki Meirus face up, the reveal of a rock is a maintenance cost, so you still have to reveal a rock to do that. Skill Drain won't stop that, but it does stop a lot of your opponent's plays. So you play 2 of those. Then you play 3 Rock Bombardment. It's you send 1 rock from your deck to the grave, and then and also you inflict 500 damage to your opponent. The burn doesn't really matter. It's to send Revival Golem and Tackle Crusader to the grave, and you want to see this because this allows you to. This basically becomes a free level 4 monster for spamming, or a free. This can be a Book of Moon for you as well. You play 3 of these because you want to draw it. Late game, the 3rd one could be dead. A lot of decks play stuff where it's gonna be dead late game, but you want to see this early, so that's why you play 3. It's better than Foolish Burial in this build because it's a trap, it's chainable, and it can be done on your opponent's turn to save yourself with like a Book of Moon effect with a Tackle Crusader or 2100 Wall, which is pretty good. Then you play a lot of the staples. You play Solemn Warning, Bottomless Trap Hole, Torrential Tribute, Compulse. I do play a Mirror Force just because it punishes overextensions. I play just 1 Black Horn of Heaven, considering upping it to 2. Right now the second one is sided, but I play 1 Black Horn of Heaven, and then the last trap is Call the Haunted because, again, you need ways to get your Koaki Meirus back. This can be done on your opponent's turn, and it's also a versatile card to be able to try to go into rank 4s. So anyway, that's the deck. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, or anything like that, leave it below. And yeah, have a good one.